There's $2 million questions. The first $1 million question is, do we descend from apes? And I mean, when you look at this, and this, and this, and this, I hope you're not having your breakfast, but it's obvious. The second $1 million question is, how do you become a millionaire? And for this episode, we've got Mark Crook. Jonk does Harry PennyStocking. This week's episode is very timely because we just had Mark Crook on the podcast and he was talking about sector momentum, and this just typifies everything he was about to say. Enjoy, motherfucker! Genuinely sweet timing, because we had Mark Crook on the podcast and he was talking about sector momentum, but he didn't really go into detail about how he analyzed it in terms of technical analysis. So this is that explanation. So keep an eye, watch this, watch the podcast, or listen to it, and then come back to this.
See, what you can see up here on my screen is now trading at all-time highs. If you look at a weekly chart, it's now broken above pretty much last year's run-up. Actually, the run-up that began last year and into early January. So this tells me that, you know, the weed sector, marijuana sector is in play, and you can tell the volume is surging on the biggest marijuana play in the entire market, Canopy Growth. They're out of Canada, and the other play that's one of the bigger ones is Aurora Cannabis, and this one is starting to come out of its consolidation. And as Michael Good said in the chat room, not terribly volatile. It's only up 5% today, but I do think that this has the setup and the momentum to really continue spiking and uptrending. Right now, it's just kind of the early stages of what I think is an uptrend, and I'm in in the 760s. I actually was in a small position in the 720 area, sold it in the 770s, and then just watching the price action in the entire sector really leads me to believe that this can go higher. So I am watching the other wheat plays as well, and there are a number of them, and I keep them all on this watch list, which just disappeared, but I'll put it back into the screen here, and you can see that CRON is the one on the NASDAQ that's also coming out of this consolidation zone in low 6 to high 6 area, and CVSI just very overbought and now coming into a nice reversal pattern, and I think that this could potentially be a nice dip buy, but I did try and dip buy it this morning. I was wrong. I lost 5 cents a share and moved on. But so far, it's kind of held that 140 area. But I would love to see this really panic all the way down to the low ones, and that will be the buy area on CVSI.
So, I mean, you can see how he's just kind of following sector momentum on the upside and then on the downside. And you were saying in the podcast, if you can catch them on the way up and short them on the way down, then that's the sign of an excellent trader. But it's trying to find these multi-month breakouts with volume, with stocks that have got a history of running when the sector's hot. And yeah, you buy the breakouts on the way out, on the way up, and then you look for the support levels to fail, and then short them on the way down. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been drinking water for about the last 14 hours, and frankly, I'm thinking about quitting because, while it's great to leverage the health community on YouTube and bring them across to here and get them into trading, I also think that there's more proactive ways of doing it than being dizzy and starving and hungry. For example, intermittent fasting where you're eating at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. and having that 17-hour gap is more beneficial than starving yourself for 3 days and just doing exercise every day. And the truth is, it's the reason that you know and love is I'm a bit mental, but I'm a hard worker. So keep on driving, keep on focusing on trading, stop this fucking bullshit around diets, because the end result is that you can take Stephen away from where Jeevan was created, but you will never take the Jeevan out of Stephen.